Hello YouTube, we are back. On the churning mist. I was gonna say the sea of clouds, but it is not the sea of clouds. Beyond the clouds though. Now that we have scaled the mountain, there remains the problem of finding Reisvelger himself. Kupo? I see a kupo! What manner of creature is that? Oh shit, they see me! Fuck! Run away! Lily, do my eyes deceive me? Or was that a Moogle? Yep. It was my understanding that they only dwelled within the Twelveswood. I certainly never expected to see one in the churning mist. If the Moogle does live here, however, he may know where Reisvelger makes his lair. Quickly now, before we lose the creature completely. I'm a comin'. Bah, he's gone. Lily, we must widen our search. Splat. The nearby air appears warped. You sense that concealing magics are at work. Is it the same thing here? Yeah. There's no sign of Moogle in that area. Did you find some? Where could he have gone? I've heard tales of these Moogles, but 'tis the first time I've ever laid eyes on one. They are rather adorable, aren't they? Hell yeah, they are. What? Why do you stare at me so? Can I not find a creature adorable? My heart is not truly made of ice. No, 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 no. I agree. They are adorable. A Moogle, did you say? I'm unfamiliar with the breed, but I shall search for one nonetheless. Excuse me. I see no evidence of this Moogle of yours. Are you certain it wasn't a trick of the light? Perhaps 'tis simply one of these strange plants shifting in the breeze. I know what I saw, motherfucker. Alpha, no. I'm sure I glimpsed the Moogle fleeing in this direction. Could he be concealing himself with magic? Confound it! Could we but enlist the aid of one of the local Moogles, I'm certain Reisvelger would not elude us for long. Though the eye enables me to sense the presence of dragons, I can only identify Nihog's with any certainty. We could wander the mist for days and not know if we were any closer to his brood brother. And those are days we cannot well afford to squander. Shall we divide our forces then? Lady Isaiah, might I ask you to question on any dragons whom you judge it safe to approach? I shall try, yet I fear the influence of Nighthawk's rage will render most of the Drebenians in the area deaf to reason. And what of you, Master Alphanu? I have not yet given up on Moogles. Lily, come with me to Gridania. I mean to petition the aid of the Moogles' kin in the Twelveswood. After that business with Mooglemaug, I dare say they will be glad to help us. Assuming you have no need of me, I shall remain here. Nighthawk senses both the loss of his consort and the coming of the Eye, and his attention is firmly fixed in this direction. I mean to do what I can to hold his gaze, in the hope that it might delay any action against Ishgard. Thank you, Estinian. Come then, Lily. Let us make haste for Gridania, and rendezvous at Nofika's altar. But I neglected to tell you. There's an aetheryte of ancient construction here, which should make the return journey rather less arduous. Pray do not forget to use it. Don't worry, I did not forget to use it. I made that mistake a couple times in different areas. Oh, let me do actions. Reduce rates, so we're our travel. I wonder how long that's been out. Probably all day. Anyway. So it's Gridania we have here. I noticed it because it's 100 to teleport to one you're near. 80 when you have that reduced rates on, so it just costs less to jump around. Conjurers. I sent word to the other Seedseer upon arriving in Gridania, and I am pleased to report that she has agreed to grant us an audience. If anyone can help us to contact the Twelveswood Moogles, it is she. We are expected at the Lotus Stand. I trust you are familiar with the conjurers stationed at its entrance? Let me in! Elder Seedseer awaits you. Pray follow me. I bid you welcome, friends. The Admiral spoke of having met with you, but 'tis no less of a relief to see you safe and hale with mine own eye. We humbly thank you for agreeing to receive us upon such short notice, my lady, and for all you have done for us in our absence. Would that it were solely to express our gratitude that we came to see you this day. Alas, the tides of battle yet dictate our comings and goings. Elder Seedseer, we would beg your wisdom in a matter that may finally bring an end to the Dragon Song War. Speak on, friend. So we need the Moogles. I see. So you seek a means to contact these Moogles of the Churning Mist. Kupo Popo? I say Kupo! Greetings, Kupalo. To what do we owe the pleasure of your company? I was struck by a sudden urge to bring you some fruit, Connie, and I'm jolly glad I did. Tell me more about these Moogles in the sky, Kupo. I would gladly tell you all I know, though it accounts to precious little. We encountered a Moogle high in the clouds of Germania, and had hoped that you and your kin in the Twelveswood might agree to facilitate a meeting. Pray correct me if I am mistaken, Ku- Kupla. Kupla? But there are legends, are there not, which speak of Muggles who dwelled beyond the clouds. Indeed there are, Kupo. Long, long ago, back when the world was still young, they say my ancestors served the gods up in the heavens. Of course, that was before their masters took to bickering like spoiled children. Ah, yes, the tale of good King Muglamog the Twelfth. He is revered for holding fast to a rope of miraculous length that his subjects might climb down from the sky and escape to the world below. Ignoring the more fanciful aspects of the tale, it may well be that Kublo's ancestors hailed from the churning mist. Given how long his kin have resided in the Twelveswood, it is perfectly possible that the details of their history have faded into myth. Indeed, Master Alphino, such stories oft contain a measure of truth. It is like that the Muggles of the churning mist tell similar tales of the world below. I can well imagine why the one you encountered fled at your approach. Oh, fleeing's second nature to us. We often hide when the larger races come trampling through the forest. Of course, where there's one Moogle, there's bound to be more. Which is why I've decided to take the trip to the clouds, Kupo. They surely won't be afraid to talk to me. I was hoping you might say that, Master Kuplo. You will accompany us then. Just you try and stop me, Kupo. I'll admit, the thought of venturing outside the Twelveswood is a bit unsettling, but I can hardly refuse a chance to meet my distant cousins. If you will have me, I too will accompany you on this venture, and lend my voice to your cause as an ambassador of Gordonia. The fuck? My lady, are you quite certain? How oft has our nation turned to the signs of the seventh dawn in its hour of need? How oft have we asked the warrior of light to risk her life to save our own? Full many times, I say to you, and never have they refused. Thus do I choose this day to offer mine aid to our allies for the good of the realm. Is this not just? A most unexpected and most welcome offer, Elder Seedseer. We'd be honored by your presence. Pray return to the summit and inform our companions of these developments. I will serve as the Elder Seedseer's guide on the journey back to Somael. It being a path I have already trodden, I do not anticipate any great difficulties. Besides, we shall have the Elder Seedseer's personal guard to escort us. Hmm. Bloop, bloop, bloop. Justinian, we're back! Did you miss us? Well met, warrior of light. Nidhogg has not stirred, but he watches us, unblinking. How can he do that? He doesn't have his eye. Hmm? The elder seer herself answers your call. Then there is naught to do but wait. They're here, Lily. Greetings, my friends. I am happy to report that our journey was mercifully uneventful, devoid as the road was of Dravenians. 'Twould seem the dragons have abandoned Somael for the churning mist. Elder Seedseer, may I present to you Sir Estinian, Ishgard's Azure Dragoon. 'Tis an honor to meet you, Sir Estinian. I have heard many tales of your order's extraordinary skill and courage. Friends, I feel it only right to inform you that we are not alone. The Muggles are all around us, even as we speak, and I should imagine they are more than a little concerned by the horde of strangers that have descended upon their home. Mayhap now would be an opportune moment to introduce ourselves. This should serve. Kupo? They're hiding, of course. There's so many of them, Kupo! I am Connie Senna. My companions and I have braved the long road from the Twellswood to share words with you. On this occasion of our first meeting, we bring an offering of light and wind. Ooh, such a gentle and pleasing glow, Kupo. I am Moglin, the chieftain of this Moogle clan. Chieftain Moglin, it is an honor to meet you. Greetings, I'm Kuplo Kop, an ambassador of the Twelve Moogles. A Moogle from the world below. Your hide is of a different hue, but that palm is unmistakable. I might need a moment here, Kupo. My companions were no less surprised to learn of your existence here amongst the clouds. I hope they did not startle you overmuch in their eagerness to make your acquaintance. Full well can I imagine your wariness. I am told that men have not walked here nigh on 1,000 winters. Mayhap you will forgive them their forwardness when I unfold to you the grave matter which first brought them into your midst. My companions crave an audience with the great worm Raisvelger, that they might negotiate an end to the war twixt men and dragon. An end to the war, you say? I trust you, Connie Senna. The light of peace shines brightly within your soul. But I'm afraid the same cannot be said of your friends. To be plain, we did not hide ourselves because they were the first of your kind to be seen here in 1,000 years. Well, not only because of that. We hid because we smelled dragon blood. These skies are home to many, many dragons. While some crave peace, such as Raisvelgar, many others crave the opposite, such as Nidhogg. Suffice it to say, we are worried that the presence of your blood-splattered warrior friends will attract the attention of the nastier kind, and invite destruction into our happy home. Now just a moment, chieftain. Lily here may have doled out the odd thrashing or two, but it's always been for a really good reason. She is the champion of the Twelveswood Moogles, and I'll not hear her good name slandered. Now, Ambassador, let's not ruffle each other's fur. I shall of course take your testimony into consideration. If I may, Chieftain, there is little room for trust twixt strangers. Might we not take this opportunity to learn more of each other? An excellent suggestion, Kupo. In the interest of fostering friendship and keeping an eye on you, I extend to you the hospitality of Mogholm. Prove yourselves worthy of our assistance, and it will be yours. I shall be watching, Kupo. Now we do what we do best. Fetch missions. Maglu! Magon! Muddled Moogle! Mug... Magomo! Margaret! So many Mug! Okay, Moglin. Let's talk. Tell me, in the world down below, do all of your kind look so different from one another? It must be terribly disconcerting. What was it Kupla Cop called you again? Lily? Lily, Your names are as odd as your appearance. Have you ever considered a nice Moogle name? Moglin is taken, by the way, Kupo. As are Moghan, Mogmog, and Mogwin. These being the names of the 3 wise Moogles who will administer the monumentous challenge that I have devised to measure your worth. I call them the Trials of Trustworthiness. Undertake these trials, and we shall soon see whether or not you are worthy of our aid. Magan. Hello, yes, I am Moghan, the foremost alchemist in Mogholm, if you must know. If your tummy's gloopy or your wings are droopy, I've a potion to fix that. Or I would if I didn't keep running out of ingredients. Luckily, you're here to do my trial. Yes. Go forth, mighty adventurer, and mightily pluck 3 sprigs of cloud's breath for me. You'll find it blooming near the entrance to Aliatom. It's not the safest of places, so don't let yourself be too distracted by the pretty flowers, Kupo. Look at the pretty flowers. So exceedingly fluffy. Oh look, they're like little baby Moogles. Look how small they are compared to this dude. Mug style. Yes, you have the pleasure of speaking with Mug. I know. I am the fluffiest, most enchanting creature you have ever laid eyes upon, Kupo. It isn't easy being this adorable. I can barely take a stroll outside without those relentless Dravanians throwing themselves at me. Why, they look as if they might just gobble me right up. In any case, fleeing their overbearing adulation is growing a bit tiresome. Your trial, madam, is this. Find those ardent archaeosaurs and slap some manners into them, Kupo. Perhaps a firm smack on the snout will teach them to appreciate my charm from afar. How you doing, Kupo? Kuplo Pop. How exciting to have relatives in the clouds, Kupo. Hey, Connie. Just as their cousins in the Twelveswood, these Mogholm Moogles excel in the manipulation of ether. There are few who could detect them if they chose not to be detected. Hey, Mogwin. Mogwin's the name, and art is my game. When it comes to painting, there are none in Mogholm who can match my talent with a brush, Kupo. I know why you have come. Chieftain Moglin has demanded that I test your trustworthiness. But as I trust no one to create art that will satisfy me, I instead charge you with retrieving a masterpiece I seem to have misplaced. It was an ambitious and innovative work, guaranteed to fetch at least 4 kupo nuts on the open market. You must find it. Question the masses. Surely a pebble painted with such vibrant color and unmistakable perchance cannot have escaped the notice of every Moogle in Mogholm. Hey, Alphna. I did not expect our travels to bring us to a Moogle village. I wonder if a similar settlement exists within the Twelveswood. Hey, Mogoma. Mogwin is missing his masterpiece, Koopa. Oh, you mean that paint-smeared mess of a pebble? I've not seen it recently, a fact for which my eyes are profoundly grateful. Muddled Moogle. Maestro Mogwin has misplaced his masterpiece, Kupo. Oh, happy day! If I am the swifter in finding it, I will soon have a genuine Mogwin for the price of a little perspiration. Honestly, who has 4 kupo nuts just lying about to spend on such luxuries? Well, you're helpful. You're trying to steal it before we get it. Hey, Mogpo. I don't know much about his stone, but I do know Mogwin's been creeping out the back way to Somesale's summit from time to time. But maybe he left it up there. It up here? Yes. I was like, I know there's an ether current somewhere in Mogholm. I couldn't remember because there's like 2 sides you can go up. Oh, I needed to speak to Mogwin. I went up before I spoke to him. Well, what did you find out, Koopa? Did you leave it up there? Ah, yes. Now that you mention it, I do seem to recall leaving my pebble out in the sun to dry. The second part of your trial commences. Go, adventure, and retrieve my masterpiece before some art-starved admirer swipes the stone for himself. Like you can't literally miss this unless you go like a completely long way around or something. But you have to come this way at some point. You could technically, I believe, come from a different way. But like, it's unlikely that you don't go up that way at least once to see that ether current. And you can see the ether current from the ground, if I remember right. You can see it from like the center, like if you're standing and look up, you can see it. I'm pretty sure. Painted stone. Yoink! Make it down without dying. And jump there. Don't think so. Mugsy. Rude. I'm gonna fight you. Leave me alone, you little poisonous shit. What the fuck are you? Flying octopus parasite? What the fuck is this? Up, up. Yeah, I wanna go up, up, up. You see nothing, go away. Turn yellow and leave. Thank you. I was gonna say, I don't think it was just the one. I was pretty sure it does like a double. Now we need to get the other one. I really feel like it's up, but I could be wrong. Let's go over here first. It could be just further here. But I think it's up. Yes. Like, I'm positive one of them's up. Since I already got two on the ground. See you later. Such a nice little place. Hey Mogwin, here you go. Here's your masterpiece. Do you have it, Kupo? Is my masterpiece safe? Yes, this is my work. Is it not exquisite? I call it Contemplations of Zenith. Thank you, madam. At last, I can exchange my art for those delectable kupo nuts. Chieftain Moglin will hear of this valorous deed. Actually, let's do you. You were able to humble my Giovanni and devotees? Wonderful! You're as capable as I am captivating, Kupo. Still, my precious perfection does not excuse those louts from pursuing me so mercilessly, their tongues lolling and bellies rumbling. The Javenians and their ilk have much to learn about acceptable acts of admiration. Yeah, I'm sure they were just, you know, admiring you. They weren't trying to eat you or anything. No, not at all. Do you have trouble finding Cloud's breath? I do not need it quite urgently, you know. Or I do need it quite urgently. Here you go. Oh yes, these are perfect, Kupo. Now I have the main ingredient for my palm tonic. Speaking of which, how are you feeling, miss? Should you ever feel your palm losing its bounce? Then I'm your Moogle, Kupo. You have completed the trials of worthiness. Return to Chieftain Moglin and await his judgment. Judge me! Lily, if that is what you insist on calling yourself, you have completed the trials of trustworthiness, administrated by the taskmasters Moghan, Mogmog, and Mogwin. During these grueling tests of character, I closely observed your conduct, as well as that of your companions. And I am decided, Kupo. Gather your friends before me now, so that I need not repeat myself needlessly. Have you ever bathed in the waters to the northeast? Of course not, because a gang of burly Ropkins has been attacking any who goes near them, Kupo. If you are kind enough to slay a few, that might scare them away, giving me time for a dip in the waters. Apana? Are these trials over yet? Over then? My tasks have been little more than household chores. For hosts elect not to grant their aid after working us like packed chocobos, I shall demand compensation in kupo nuts out of principle. But I hope it will not come to that. Let us hear the chieftain's verdict, shall we? Out of respect and principle, I'm taking their kupo nuts if they don't help us. How go your trials, Warrior Blight? I myself have been sent on a number of expeditions to chastise the local dragon population. Did not their chieftain wish to avoid inflaming the Duranians? Such contradictions aside, our hosts seem enhanced by the height of my leap. They compared me to Mog, the lance-wielding Moogle warrior of Eld, who also favored such attacks. 'Twas meant as a compliment, I expect, but I doubt these furry lumps could outleap a caracal lamb, much less a dragoon. Conclude your business here swiftly, Lily. I like not this place. Standing here in Moghobe, my thoughts turn inevitably to the legend of the good King Mugglemog the Twelfth, and his seat in the heavens. Like most, I thought it no more than a myth, a story for younglings that grew with the telling. With every passing moment, I become more certain that we have discovered the origin of the tale. Full eager am I to hear what the chieftain has to say. We become such friends, Kupo. My Moogle cousins love to sing and dance as much as I do. Chieftain Moglin has finally come to a decision, has he? Well, I suppose I'd better flutter over and see him then. What sorcery is this? That my heart should stir at mere fluffiness. Lily, I was... no matter. What is it? Chief Moglin has made his decision? Well, let us not keep him waiting then. Never have I seen such determined workers, Kupo. It would have taken us moons to complete all those dreary chores and niggling errands. And have our labors proven the purity of our intentions, chieftain? Without a doubt. In fact, there was never really all that much doubt to begin with. You were, after all, already friends with a fellow Moogle. But You see, before any meeting with Raisvelger could take place, certain preparations needed to be made, and what better way to help you pass the time than by having you perform all the tireless tasks that no one ever wants to do, Kupo? Grr. Oh dear, the horn! Bring out the horn, quickly now! We blow on this wondrous instrument whenever we wish to speak with the Great Worm, Kupo. We, uh, we haven't perhaps been treating it with the care it deserves of late, and I think Morgan may have sat on it, so we needed some time for cleaning and polishing and straightening. No lasting harm done, though. Now, you need simply head to the zenith, the worm's dwelling to the west, and give the horn a good toot. We are in your debt, chieftain. Thanks to your noble gift, we shall finally have a chance to plead our case to raise Velgar. Very possibly, yes. But I wouldn't get my hopes up too high, Kupo. The old worm isn't terribly fond of, Your concern is much appreciated, but I am quite certain that raised Velgar will welcome our overtures. Should we ever arrive at his lair. Come, we have squandered enough time already. I love how she gives him a death stare all the time. Chieftain Moglin, we thank you for your gracious hospitality. Though we must soon take our leave, I pray that we may continue to nurture the shoots of this new sprung friendship twixt earth and sky. Of course, Kupo. Visit us whenever you wish. Consider Mogholm your home amongst the clouds. Thanks for the help, Kupo. I doubt I would ever have found time for all those rotten chores. Hey, it wasn't my idea. If the chieftain had spent a little less time sitting about and a little more time chieftaining, things would never have gotten so messy in the first place. And he was the one who sat on the horn, by the way. But now all the errands are done and the horn is fixed, so all's well that ends well. Eh, Kupo? Leaving Mogholm. Well, I expect you're eager to be on your way. Did I mention your friend was looking for you, Kupo? If not, Alphino is looking for you. I'll be waiting just outside, stretching my wings. Let me know when you're ready to depart. To the best of my knowledge, we have all that we need for our trip to Zenith, and I believe the elder Seed Seer and her routine will soon be making the journey back to Gridania. It would be remiss of us, I think, not to convey our gratitude to them prior to going our separate ways, shall we? I cannot wait to tell my kinsmoogle in the 12s all about this place. They'll be beside themselves with envy, Kupo. Alphino, Lily, I do humbly thank you for what has been a most enlightening experience. Were it not for your pioneering spirit, and the existence of these moogles might never have been revealed to us. 'Tis we who should be thankful, Elder Seedseer. Were it not for your timely diplomacy, they would never have chosen to reveal themselves at all. And 'twas your presence, Uplokop, that ultimately won us their trust. It must have taken great courage to leave the sanctuary of Twelveswood, and we're exceedingly glad that you did. It was my pleasure, Kupo. I've made so many new friends and have so many fantastic tales to tell of my kinsmoogles back home. And it is to our home that we must now return. May you ever walk in the light of the crystal, my friends. Safe journey, Elder Seedster. We too must be on our way. Raise Velger awaits. Warrior of Light, pray attend closely to your companion, Sir Estinian. Beneath that stoical facade, a storm of anguish sees unseen. I got you. Pretty sure you can make that jump over to that, vista. But I don't really care to worry about it. Muggy! Closer we come to raise Velgar, the higher my spirits rise. But is it I who am elated, or Saint Shiva? We have tarried over long. Let us forge ahead as swiftly as we may, lest Ishgard bear the brunt of the Horde's fury. Enough talk. Let us leave this risible place behind us. Have you said your goodbyes and dabbed away your tears, Kupo? Then we are indeed ready to go. As Chieftain Moglin already explained, the shiny instrument we gave you is the best means of grabbing Race Velgar's attention. I'll come along and show you the way to Zenith. That's the big palace where you need to blow the horn. First things first, though, we need to make for a shot. Oh, and watch out for the rampaging dragons. Maybe that should have been the first thing, Kupo. And it's way over there. Right, yeah. I remember it was out of the way to do that one. The one of them, anyway. You aren't thinking of heading towards the Shah, are you? Best watch yourself if you are. Ichthyosaurs stalk the road looking for an easy meal. If only someone could drive them away, Kupo. Oh, you seem the type for dragon hunting. Why don't you slay 3 of the Archaeosaurs and open the road back up for Moogle traffic? Once the deed is done, let Mogmont and Ashut know. Let's make our way over here. Let's do the out of the way one first. Boom, 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 boom. That's one of the people we needed. Sir, come down here. You're one of the people I need to beat up. see him, but I can't get a eye on him. Fine, we'll go over here and fight him over here. Provoke. Tomahawk. When you both get here, overpower. Berserk. I'll beat up the bullies. On our way back the other way. Being chased! Being chased, I tell you! Hello! Ice dragon in waiting, a moss dragon in waiting. Onward! Again! Again! Somebody's mining or fishing, probably. The way they're sitting. One down. They're supposed to like swerve off there, but we need to get the D's for the other one. Slice and dice! Slice and dice! Hey, why are you by that moody Moogle? You weren't the one I was gonna attack, but you look like you're about ready to eat the Moogle, so... That's where we need to get to. We have to make our way and stop the enemies along the way. Nice dragon in waiting. And I got jumped by moss dragons behind me. How dare! Wonder if I missed one. I'm pretty sure these are pretty commonplace too. Hey, Mugmon. Is that someone from below? How'd you get past the Archaeosaurs infesting the road? I killed them. What? Moxie asked you to slay them for him? It's just like him to depend on the kindness of strangers. We've barely been able to venture outside Isha for fear of being attacked. Now, thanks to you, the roads are just a little safer, Kupo. Mend? Oh. Interesting. I don't know if I've actually ever repaired my own gear. You need the dark matter stuff to do it. Things were a bit bitey for a while there, but I think we arrived in one piece, Kupo. I wonder what has the dragons so awfully snappy. I mean, the bad ones are always bad, but they seem worse than usual. Did you see that sculpture to the west of here? I'm all but certain it was carved in the likeness of Saint Sheba. The histories make no reference to the existence of these ruins. Curious. Most curious. Never would I have believed that so much land lay hid above the clouds. Dravania is not as I imagined it. We may have a small problem, Kupo. When the winds are high like this, Reisvelgar invariably abandons his lofty perch and heads to the lands blow to hunt. If you tried blowing the horn now, I doubt he'd hear it. I suggest we stop at the clearing up ahead and rest until the wind dies down. Dum, dum, bum, 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 bum. So the one is at Zenith. Oh, I think I know where the might be. Think. Who can say when the weather will turn? I have a mind to make camp. Now the very elements conspire to delay our meeting with Reisvelgar. I must be patient. Fates make mock of us. To be so close. This should do nicely, Kupo. The winds will likely have died down by tomorrow, but until then, we might as well make ourselves comfortable. If we must interrupt our journey so close to its end, I suppose this place is as good as any. Mayhap a brief respite from the hardships of the road will help to clear our minds in the readiness for the coming parley. Very well then, I believe a campfire is in order. Leave the gathering of fuel to me. I acquire a keen nose for firewood during my time in the frozen wastes of Kurthus. Clear our minds? It is Master Alphinu whose mind needs clearing. The thought of meeting a grey worm in the flesh has befuddled the boy. Did you see him stroll away as if these ruins were not crawling with deadly beasts? Follow him, Lily, and see that the wildlife does not make a meal of our young friend. We will have the camp ready by the time you return. You know, Asinian may not be as bad as I thought, Kupo. Under all those horrid spikes, he actually has a soft spot for his companions. Just a small one, mind. Oh, and don't tell him I told you, alright? Did you see that? Okay. Master Alphino's artless quest for firewood is like to get him killed. I suggest you follow after the boy and see that no harm come to him. You see nothing. Go away. I'm trying to remember. I know you can see Alphino somewhere. Oh, there he is. Leave the firewood to me. I like how he does it. He's like smack dab in the middle of a bunch of shit. I cleared the way somewhat, so it's not gonna be as bad for him. Leave me be! Be gone, beast! I see I was right to worry about the boy's safety. Once Alphinaud returns with the wood, we can see about supper. The Ice Queen has filled a pot with what looked like stew ingredients, ready for the fire. The Ice Queen. Few things compare to the simple pleasure of sitting beside a crackling campfire of one's own making. So speaks the great explorer. Until recently, you wouldn't have recognized firewood if it came with kindling and a flint. 'Tis well you instructed me so patiently then. But yes, left to my own devices, I would have been compelled to signal to Isella with a pile of damp leaves. I was born the pampered son of a Charlian dignitary, and alongside my twin became the youngest student ever to be accepted into the studium. How proud I was to match wits with scholars and philosophers! How ignorant of my own shortcomings! That hubris invited manipulation and betrayal, and led to the downfall of the science. We all of us are guilty of similar ignorance. How many men lay down their lives, never knowing what it is that they fight for, never questioning that which they have been taught to believe? 'Twas only upon meeting Ray's Velgar that I learned the truth hidden within our history. Were it not for that chance encounter, I would never have vowed to tear down the Holy See, and expunge the falsehoods with which it fans the flames of conflict. I would have lived and died in ignorance. That the truth has driven me to do terrible things I cannot deny. But I would rather sin in the pursuit of peace than imagine myself virtuous for perpetuating a needless war. If this journey has taught me anything, it is the importance and difficulty of holding to one's conviction to the face of failure, of striving always to replace one ignorant with knowledge. You are well on your way, Master Alphinaud. At your age I was but a fool swinging a spear with scarcely a thought in my head. Even now I struggle to acknowledge the misconceptions under which I have labored. Sitting here amongst these grand ruins, how can I deny that man and dragon once lived in peace? But for all that such an age existed, we are now in the time of war. Nidhogg killed my family, and no quirk of history will exonerate him. I may be ignorant of how the Dragon Song War began, but if we do not put an end to this conflict now, I can say for a certainty that it will only breed more vengeful souls such as mine. In my hands resides the power to vanquish a great worm. If Ishgard's survival rests in me wielding that power, I will slay Nighthog myself. Orders or no. Estidian, you gave your word! My word is contingent upon the success of our parley. Show me the strength of your convictions, Lady Iceheart. Convince Velgar of the righteousness of your cause. Doubt not that I shall, Dragoon. Well, when's willing we shall have our answers on the morrow. Let us sleep now and face our fate with the rising of the sun. I always like looking at what they look like on characters because they look different on different characters. So, like, it's amazing what you can see. Because, like, what looks like, and I'm not even joking, what looks like, I think I probably already said this in the past, but what looks like maybe short shorts, like really short shorts, literally become like panties on another character or something. Like it's like a completely different thing depending on the race. And so even though I've looked at that stuff on others, I've never looked at it on a Lalafell before. Whenever you're ready, Warrior of Light, full eager am I to gaze upon this great worm. We must succeed in winning Raise Velgar to our cause. Lend me your resolve, Saint Shiva. I trust you are well rested, Lily. Good. If we are to parley with Raise Velgar, we shall each have need of the full complement of our wit. Heart of Ice. Campfire was so cozy. I must have fallen asleep, Kupo. But do you feel how the winds have shifted? They will have borne Velgar back to the skies above Zenith. I'm sure of it. This is your chance to climb to the highest floor of the palace and summon him with a toot on that shiny horn. So, I'll be heading back now. It's all the same to you. Good luck, Kupo. It was nice knowing you. You're probably gonna die, but see ya! That's that's what that seemed to give. Tune. I'm pretty sure the one we saw in the west is at the top, where we toot our horn. For the Ether Current, I mean. I can't remember where the fourth one is 100%. I think it might be in this area. Oh, there's other people here. It is time, Warrior of Light. So this is the place. Lend me your resolve, Saint Shiva. And there's another dragoon. I like when you get to these, like when you're doing this one as the dragoon, the Azure Dragoon, Justinian keeps acknowledging similar things of like, it's good that both the dragoons are here and stuff like that. Which is pretty neat. Damn, I didn't know I was so skilled. Mortals, why do you disturb my solitude? Also pay attention to it in case I don't read it. But yeah, they don't speak.
Svelga.
Thou speakest the name of a creature that but awaiteth the release of oblivion. Leave me.
By the 12. Mine ears hear the tongue of dragons, yet the meaning rings clear within my mind. How can that be?
Svelga, do you not remember me? 'Twas I whom you found in Dravania. I who glimpsed the truth. The truth about your past. About Shiva.
Do not speak her name, mortal.
But speak it I must. I have summoned Shiva's soul from the beyond and offered myself as her vessel. She has made her heart known to me.
Foolish girl, thinkest thou my beloved spirit hath descended from the heavens? That the secrets of her heart are thine to know?
I have surrendered mine to her. Do you not see, my love? I am Shiva reborn.
Gullible fool! The light but illuminated the past for thee. It did not grant thee omniscience. The spirit thou hast summoned belongeth not to Shiva. 'Tis but a shade conjured by thine own fancy. In an age long past, my own kind were guilty of like folly, beguiled by the Dark One's lies. They attempted to resurrect a king amongst worms, yet the divinity they called forth merely borrowed the semblance of my fallen brood brother. Such gods are not summoned, but created, phantoms spun from the threads of his misplaced faith.
Then the spirit that answered me
Was but thy dream of Shiva. Thy soul hath been corrupted by a deity of thy own making, child.
Be that as it may, Lord Svelga, Izel's desire to heal the rift between man and dragon is real, and it has borne us this far. We would spare both our kind and yours the ravages of this senseless war, pray join your voice to ours in a call for peace and forgiveness.
The tale of thy kind is one of avarice, treachery, and death. Thou wouldst speak to me of peace? Hark thee, mortal, to the naked truth, then tell me thou deservest forgiveness. "1,200 years ago, my beloved Shiva sacrifice served to bring an end to the war twixt man and dragon, paving the way for an age of peace and cooperation. 2 centuries of harmony were to follow, during which time the Yelzen learned much about us, not least that the eyes of the great worm are the wellspring of his strength. 'Twas out of the selfish desire to possess this strength that King Thoradin then conspired to undo all that our peoples have achieved together. With the aid of his leal knights, that most noble of Elzins lured my brood sister Rakatushker into an ambush and took from her that which he craved. Fain would I strike the image from my mind, yet still the scene doth linger of my brood sister's tattered corpse, defiled by her Elzin allies. They had torn out her eyes and feasted upon them in the manner of wild beasts. Yet that was not all, for from their bloody banquet the fiends gained strength beyond that of mortal men. Even now I labor to comprehend the enormity of their betrayal. Nighthawk was the first to learn of the atrocity, and he took to the skies, hungry for vengeance. But though he slew Thoradin and some few of his knights, their fellow butchers knew only too well where to aim their spears, and would now practice savagery. They set about my brood brother, sending him flailing from the field. Such is the truth the Holy See would keep hidden. Such was the beginning of the Dragon Song War. 'Tis a song my kind shall never forget, even should 10,000 years pass and Ishgard crumble into dust.
Your tale bears scant resemblance to the one I was taught. How convenient that it should absolve your kind of all responsibility. But tell me, Dragon, why should I believe your version of events?
What thou choosest to believe is immaterial. The betrayal that yet haunts mine every waking moment is no less than the truth to my kind. And Nighthawk meaneth for Thoradin's people to suffer for this sin to the end of days. That which thou imagineth a war of extinction is but a punishment, a siege of the spirit. Hast thou not seen those who tire at the torment, those who abandon their own and side with the dragon kind?
Ishgard's so-called heretics.
Know that all the traitors' progeny bear a trace of Rakshas, however's essence, but a single sip of our blood is enough to awaken it.
Then the seed lies within us.
'Tis for this reason that those who abandon their loyalties are rewarded with a drink, and thus are they transformed to join the ranks of Nighog's ever-growing army as newborn dragons, one by one, though through death or defection, my brood brothers shall account for all of the betrayer's children.
Ye gods, I have borne witness to such a transformation. Looked on as a heretic assumed the shape of a dragon. I imagined it some manner of Dravanian enchantment. But if any Ishgardian, regardless of allegiance, has such potential within them, 12 forgive us. To think of all the dragons we've slain!
There will always be some, of course, who would choose to fight until the bitter end, like thee, Dragoon. But struggle as thou might, thy youthful vigor will be spent ere thou reachest 210, and Nighog shall remain to torment thine offspring.
Oft have I wondered why Nidhogg did not simply raze Ishgard to the ground. Now I have my answer. He has no intention of winning the Dragonsong War, for it is no war at all, but vengeance, an eternal requiem sung for his murdered sister.
Thou hast the right of it, Dragon Slayer. Comprehendest thou now the futility of thy quest?
I have not come this far only to admit defeat. We can still return the eye to Nidhogg and beg forgiveness for our ancestors' crimes. Mayhap our words will sway him.
Stubborn child, thou thinkest in mortal terms. Our perception of time is too broad for thee to grasp. 'Tis a simple matter for thee to offer thine apologies. Thou didst not perpetrate the crime. Despite thy visions, the deeds of history seem distant to thee. For a worm such as Nidhogg. However, the history is yet part of his present, as fresh as the blood that did gush from her wounds. How could he not be driven mad? 'Tis only by the calming embrace of Shiva's soul that mine own fury hath not consumed me. But let us speak no more of what is done. My faith in your kind is spent, and I would be alone. What false god is this Shiva? What manner of phantom have I welcomed into my heart? As predicted, Iceheart's faith in the worm was misplaced, which leaves us with but one recourse, and you know I have the right of it, Warrior of Light. Svelga was every bit as awe-aspiring as I imagined. His voice fairly dripped with power, the will behind his words so undeniable that it transcended my ignorance of the dragon's tongue. 'Tis but a pity that I misliked what he said. So far did we travel, even onto the very heavens themselves, only to be dismissed like unruly children, and far from mitigating this humiliation, the hidden truths we have learned serve only to prove that our grand mission of peace was destined to fail from the first. Nothing will deter Nidhogg from his course.
Well, what do you propose we do now? I, for one, am intent on continuing to the east.
What is there to be found in the east?
Nidhogg's lair, the Eyrie, is said to lie in that direction. And the eye tells me he is near.
You cannot still mean to slay him.
You cannot still mean to stop me. I have been true to my word, and aided you in this fool's errand with Hraesvelgr. But your efforts at parley have come to naught, Lady Iceheart. I would see Ishgard saved, and for that, Nidhogg must die.
With the tale of our ancestors' vile betrayal yet ringing in your ears, you speak of continuing this war?
Nay, lady. I would but pierce its vengeful heart. When Nidhogg dies, this war shall die with him.
A moment, Estinian. You yourself spoke of the Great Worm's strength, that you believed him powerful enough to raise your city to the ground. How then are we few to challenge him? Even behind the stout walls of Ishgard, with an army of knights manning the defenses, our victory would be hard won. Yet you propose to contend with the beast in his own lair.
In close combat, this will afford us an advantage. And if the tales are true, the Warrior of Light has bested many an invincible foe. But such speculation is meaningless if we cannot even find the worm. Our first task must be to seek out Nidhogg's lair.
The story of this nation grows bloodier by the moment. Must death always be answered with more of the same?
Such is the way of things, I fear. I shall consider it a miracle if mine armor is not stained crimson ere this conflict is ended.
That I should be blinded by my own lies. Everything I believed, everything I thought I was, gone. All gone.
Leave her. Your words will not reach her now. And we have not the time to wait for her to gather up the pieces of her shattered faith.
My ankles. I'm breaking my own ankles. I'm gonna search for that Eerie. Shield dragon in waiting. Again. I think the last ether current is near wherever the Eyrie is. If I remember correctly. I think we have to go down. Down and around. Go! Waiting to inhale. Hello, moss dragons. I like how they're called in waiting. Like they're straight up saying, this is the ambush. You know, you're awfully freaking noisy. I'm pretty sure that's where we're going. I believe we're not gonna stay here though to finish this area out yet, so I think we'll see. We'll see how far we go. Because I am gonna have to do something. Ah, there it is. I knew it was on the way. I knew it was on the way to the area. I just didn't remember exactly where it was. I thought it was actually closer. But I believe that's all of them now, right? Or did I miscount? No, that's all of them. Now I just need to make sure we get all the quests that involve the ethers done. Which we have, what, one to turn in? It's a straggler. It's not even waiting. Damn it! I'm pretty sure this is a mission to kill these things up here. Or kill some of them. So I kinda wanted to activate it before I did this, but I always get attacked when I go up here. Whatever can be taking her so long, Kupo? My replacement should have been here already. but I don't see her anywhere. I'm so hungry. I wager she went home on account of those troublesome Tullahans that are flapping about. If you slay 4 of them, that should secure a safe path, giving my replacement no excuse. Please, my stomach begs you, kupo. Let's go beat some up. Bam. Bam. And bam. Before we attack like one down here, let's see if one of them spawn. Yeah. I figured one of them would respawn up here. And then they'd be in the way of talking to this dude. So then we'd have to fight another one for no reason. Thank you. Now that the Tullahans are out of the way, it's only a matter of time before my replacement gets here. I'm about to pass out from hunger, so I think I'll go ahead. What could go wrong, Kupo? Are you gonna go ahead, like, go back home, or are you gonna go ahead and pass out? Wasn't quite, clear. Justinian, pray tell me, am I wrong?
Is that it?
Aye, that would be the Airy. I feel Nidhogg's presence through the eye, his caustic hatred gnawing at my soul. 'Twould seem the death of his consort has put him on guard. Mark how he wards his lair with tempestuous winds.
A similar barrier once barred our entrance to the Primal Garuda's domain, until we discovered the means by which it could be penetrated. Mayhap it is time we called upon Master Garland. It will be just like the good old days, no?
Just like the good old days. If our only remaining response is to violence, then we should seek out the swiftest path to victory. With every moment we hesitate, the Ishgard's prospects grow bleaker. New winds, old friends. A force of sufficient power to break through a primal's defenses might conceivably grant us access to the Eyrie, and I can offer no better solution. Pray consult this engineer friend of yours. Very well, on the condition that you swear not to lure Nighthawk from his lair in our absence. And steal all the glory for myself, you mean? Nah, I'm not so selfish as that. Contact me by link Pearl when your preparations are complete, and we shall set forth from Ishgard together. I suggest we rendezvous back at St. Renan's Forum, Lily. From what I glean of the Holy Sea's decidedly ambitious airship project, Sid will still be in Ishgard. Go meet with your engineer friend. I shall remain here and keep vigil over the worm. Oh, I'm thinking about it. No, if I picked up any ripographs. When last you saw Master Garland, he was advising the Ishgardians on their ailing airship, correct? In that case, he might still be at Camp Cloud Top. Failing that, we could try the airship landing, or perhaps even the Sky Steel factory. But let us not waste time searching aimlessly. Someone in the city is sure to know to find him. The question is who. Sir Emmerich would seem the obvious choice, but there's no guaranteeing he will be able to grant us an audience at such short notice. Ah, I have it! Count Edmund's youngest son prides himself on knowing all of the Holy See's juiciest rumors. Let us return to the manor and see if Lord Emmanuelian Emmanuelian is about. Welcome, Mistress Lovecraft. Shall I show you inside the manor? Yes. Alright. When it comes to exchanging information of uncertain origin, Lord Emmanuel is something of a prodigy. We were fortunate to find the Lord at home. The tavern keeper's loss is our gain. Ah, the hero returns. How goes the fight, old girl? Well, I trust. In search of Sid Garland, you say? Then say no more. The taverns are full of talk, and the name of said silver-haired genius has cropped up more often than most. I hear he has been tasked with getting that monstrous airship the Holy See commissioned to actually fly. Monstrous. Would seem the project has been plagued with mishaps from the first. In any case, Garland Ironworks employees are known to frequent the airship landing, and I'll wager their master does too. Airship landing, yes, I thought as much. Come, Lily, we must find Sid and trouble him for his expert opinion. So we went to him to find out what we already would have known. I mean, if it was anywhere else, but yeah. Honestly, we probably should have just split up. Like, one of us went to the airship and so forth. Wedge! Biggs! What's that? There are dragons coming. Sorry, can't talk for now. Have to finish this job and get out of here. If Ishgard comes under attack, we'll have to get out of the city pretty sharpish. Don't much like the idea of leaving a job half finished, though. Lily, Alphino, how fare you both? Not terribly well, judging by your faces. Greetings, Master Garland. I am sure it will come as little surprise when I tell you we have need of a favor. Another wind barrier, and you say it was conjured by Nidhogg. The Enterprise could certainly take you where you need to go, but she would not fare well against dragons. She's agile for a ship her size, but not that agile. The Dravanians would fly rings around her. And if they took it into their heads to incinerate the rigging, there'd be precious little we could do to avoid them. But there must be something we can do, some manner of weapon we can employ. Stinian stands vigil at the edge of the churning mist, and we do not know how much longer. Alright. I didn't say it was impossible. I said it was impossible for the Enterprise. We need a smaller boat. Biggs, Wedge, it's time we gave that new toy of yours a proper field test. It's probably best if I let the lad show you. Come on, the manufactory is not far. We'll get set up, but we're not gonna do the trial. I think it's a trial. Like I said, I have some things to do. I'm a little more on a I have to stop at a certain point kind of thing. Ah yes, the Sky Steel factory. As I recall, this workshop is primarily devoted to the construction of dragon-slaying weapons. They all want to build bigger, but we know where the future is headed. The Ishgardians have granted us the use of a small corner of their workshop, all part of the agreement. I think you'll see we've made the most of the space. Our little project's just inside. Oh, you're going to like this.
Feast your eyes upon our latest and greatest feat of engineering. We call it a mana cutter.
After you put down Gaius, Wedge and me struck out on our own for a bit, and started work on the successor to the tiny Bronco.
Impressive little thing, isn't she? My talent for ship design has plainly rubbed off on them. They've adapted the principles of corrupted crystal technology and constructed a mechanism which converts ether from its surroundings into elemental wind. Said wind is then harnessed by the specially engineered sails, providing the craft with propulsion and lift. All in all, a most elegant solution. I'm actually a little upset that I didn't think of it myself.
The design does, however, come with one small flaw.
The energy conversion ratio's bloody awful. To generate enough power to get you off the ground, you need to be in an area awash with predominantly wind-aspected ether.
In other words, there are a few places you can fly, and lots of places you can't.
The new Ishgardian airship hasn't left the boys much time for tinkering, meaning it may be a while before this particular project takes off. If you'll forgive the pun.
Haru, what's happened?
I've been looking all over for you. There's been word from Aldar. It's about Her Grace, the Sultana.
I was wondering if there was going to be another break back to Eorzea.
It seems you're required elsewhere. Leave the Mana Cutter with us. We'll see that she's airworthy and suitably equipped to slice through those winds. You, meanwhile, should concentrate on providing Raoban and the Sultana whatever help they need.
I am as intrigued as you, Lily. Shall we hear what news Tatru has brought us? General Raban says they may have uncovered the Sultana's whereabouts, and he wants you, by which I mean both of you, to go to the Waking Sands right away and help with the investigation. Come, Lily. Pressing through, though Ishgard's plight may be, our presence here will not serve to hasten the Mana Cutter's completion. Let us return to the troubled lands of Thanalan and lend what aid we may. Tatru, have our friends at the congregation send a message to Istinian. Tell him we have identified a solution to our problem, but that it will take some time to prepare. As you wish, Master Alphinaud. To the Waking Sands, Warrior of Light. 'Tis past time Udal was delivered from this darkness. And with that, I'm gonna call this video here. Just because like I said, I have some things. We're almost at 2 hours, so it's almost what I aim to be, and I think it's better to save the general summons for its own thing and continue on in another video, because we'd only be able to do a little bit more anyway, and I would rather not half-ass a mission. So anyway, like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.